all of you understand, I am very rarely doing some speech, but today is so special day about teachers, and I feel a lot of expressions about this day. That's why when Natalie approached me, can you give a little speech? I was just sure that I will do this for it. So my project is called like social speech. Social speech is when you should to toast something or when you should to praise someone, organization or someone. So as you understand, today we'll praise the teachers. And but when we talk about this more in general way, about all of us who taking responsibility for something, because for me teaching is a profession when you always take responsibility for how you conduct with your students, how you will be challenge them something, how you will ask them about something, and to be like very, you are always should be too empathetic for all of them, just to continue their education and continue all our all your conversation. Because when you started your way on September, you should go till at least till the May, and it's really a long process, and you should be like very confident in both of you should be very confident of this. So when actually I started my teaching way, yeah, actually it's one of my childish dream. I wanted to be a teacher, so that's why I am a teacher. And I find it out that very often when you go to the lesson, you have like some special requirements for them, but very usually you don't fulfill them all, but you fulfill something else, something another. And maybe from 1 or 2 years my teaching experience, I can say that no matter how much content you put in your lessons, much more matter how your students will reflect about this content and how they will be reflecting about this after years and years. And now when they, for example, send me a message or just asking how are you, how I am, I always feel that attitude and actually that reflection. And my today's speech is about teachers who continued taking responsibility even under the wartime. Actually, when on February 25th, I was left, I was going to my hometown, to Dnipro region. I trying to figure out how about my colleagues, because I really have a lot of colleagues. Some of them are working with me, but most of them are working in other schools in all Ukrainian. And I have a lot of colleagues from Melitopol, for example, from Mariupol, from Energodar, from Dnipropetrovsk region, from Chernigiv also region. And I just trying to reach all of them. And when at the end of the day I haven't have a message from them, I really become very worried about all of this. And it was like a period when you worried about yourself, you worried about your family, about your students, and you still worried about colleagues. And when after some period they began to send some replies for you, it was like, okay, they are alive, we still can cope with all this. And I have a lot of stories about my colleagues under the war. There are, for example, my good friend Vladislav from Mariupol, who was under occupation, and when he trying to reach the Ukrainian, he was stopped on the roadblocks, and he was put in on the filtration camp. He had near 2 weeks he was there, and the hardest question they asked him, it was, you are a teacher? You teach your students what you teach your students? You teach your students that Ukrainian is a state, that you teach your students using Ukrainian language, so you like a devil because you do all this. And when they understand that he is a teacher of history, so you can imagine how many additional questions and how many additional attitude was towards him. Fortunately, he managed to leave this filtration camp because they have so many civilians and so many other volunteers, soldiers, and all other people who they imprisoned, that teacher like him, it was not so values to still to continue him taken in this prison. Another story is about my also very good fellow Hanna from Melitopol. Melitopol is the city which was occupied by the few 4 or 5 hours. So she sent me a message that at 6 o'clock she was going to her job just to start in the day, starting to prepare the classes, and at 9 o'clock Russians were already at near her school. So you don't have even time to think about it and to prepare something. And she posted from time to time in Facebook about how she feels, about all the manifestation, about how they feel in occupation. And it was very hard period actually when I looking through their Facebook page, and I haven't have any messages. So I understand that there is a problem with mobile phone or with something else, because she was very active in volunteering in a charity foundation. She helped a lot to our armed forces of Ukraine from the 2014, and I was really scared about if she will manage to go from Melitopol. A lot of other stories also maybe about my other friend from Energodar. We have like our group, and each maybe from April we started to gathering every Wednesday evening just to talk with all of us and just to understand how we all feel now and how we should continue to teaching, because actually from March a lot of schools started education, and we under all this pressure we were forced to continue. And actually this returning to routine, returning to teaching, returning to your job, what you love, it helps to all of us become much more stronger and to overcome a lot of other things. And regarding to this, our every Wednesday's evening meetings, my friend from Energodar, Olga, she was on occupation till the June, and her husband was till the beginning of August. And it was like when you joined to the group, you discussed how it's all, and I always was very impressed how strong she is, just to continue talk with us, just to continue to tell that their city, about their children, about their students, about their colleagues, and how they all cope in Energodar. And maybe one of the most happiest time was when she was already in Ivano-Frankivsk region, and when she said that her husband just pass through all the roadblocks and he is already on Ukrainian territory. It was like a big happy for all of us. I can share with you a lot of other things too, and a lot of other stories, but today is the Teachers' Day of Ukraine, and as usually we have Global Teacher Prize Award, and at 7 o'clock p.m. On 1+1 TV, a lot of other teacher stories will be sharing, and I encourage you to follow them, just to maybe to keep moving and to keep going, doing what you like. And Teachers' Day, it's not actually about teachers. It's about all who taking responsibility and who sharing this responsibility. And my another encouragement to all of you, just to reach today people to whom you were inspired someday, or to whom you see like example for you in something, or was some mentor, some tutor, or just some elder brother who taught you during some special things. So just reach to all of them, and I wish you all always have this community of positive people who are ready to continue teaching, even under the war, even under the muscles attacks, even under the occupation, even under everything. Thanks for your. Yeah.